YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Concise the Barber, and we are back with another Concise review. And I cannot wait to do this review for y'all. I've been grinding all day just to get this review out for y'all. And shout out to Stylecraft. This is on the Stylecraft Instincts, the clipper and the trimmer. And we're going to talk about everything about this clipper. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. First thing I like talking about is the price. The price on these so far that it seems like as of right now, I believe these clippers will be for $220 and these trimmers will be $199. I believe that's the price right now. I'm not sure 100% that's what it's going to come out with once you go to a barber supply store and get them. But as of right now, those are the prices: $220 and $199, which is $200. So $220 and $200. And the second thing I like talking about is the power and the battery life. We're probably going to be on this section just a little bit longer than usual. And the reason why is that the Instincts, they have a different motor. It's called a vector motor. Before we talk about what type of motor a vector motor is, the RPMs on this is 11,500 on the clipper and 9,500 on the trimmer. And to be honest, that is the highest that I have seen for a clipper and trimmer. So that in itself is crazy. And once I heard that, once I did the unboxing, I couldn't wait to get them out and try them and use them. So let's talk about what a vector motor even is. So a vector motor is a motor that will reserve the battery life. However, if it comes up to any resistance, it churns up the RPMs, it revs up. And that right there is how it gets all the way up to 11,500 RPMs. If it will resist all the way up to 11,500 RPMs. But as base, I will show you guys what the RPMs is at base. It's about 9,000. I'll show you right here that it's about 9,000 RPMs as is, but it will rev up to 11,500, which is dope. Which is also cool because we're going to talk about the battery life of this clipper as well, because this thing has a 4-hour battery life and a 2-hour charge time. So the fact that this motor will allow it to reserve its battery when it doesn't need to rev up, that is great. So it's basically great for bulk and fading. And we'll be talking about that later. And when it comes to the trimmer has, like I said, 9,500 RPMs, 4 hours of runtime and 2 hours of charge time as well. These both are the same when it comes to runtime and charge time. So that's definitely dope. And you know, when I put them to use, I could definitely tell that they seem like they're gonna last a very long time. So the third thing I like talking about is the packaging. So the packaging was just a little bit different this time. It was a little bit more narrow and longer in a rectangular shape. That this box is really nice. It looks dope. As you guys can see, I have the clippers. They're in red. They have the red box, and the trimmers have like a bluish purple box. So I definitely thought that was dope how they did that. And it does come with white dub magnet guards. It's a Stylecraft version. I did use those. They do have certain colors on them, on the numbers. However, it will fade out. Just to be honest with you, they will fade out. But it does come with that. It comes with a screwdriver and it comes with a charging dock. All the Stylecraft and Gamma comes with charging dock. But these charging docks are just a little bit different. We're going to talk about this design of these clippers and trimmers and the docks. So the first thing I honestly thought of, I don't know if I'm the only one that thought of this, is that there's a certain watch that has like this interesting parameter around it. I think it's called an Invictica watch. If you've never heard of those, I'll show you guys what that looks like. But the Invictica watch kind of resembles like this type of design when it comes to the middle, but it allows you to see through and let you see what the motor looks like. And I opened this bad thing up, and this motor is interesting, man. It really is. Like, I have not seen a motor like this. So I definitely thought that was dope that they gave us something completely new. And that's what I like about Stylecraft, because they don't come out with something one time and just keep that same design. They come out with something new every time. And I respect that about them. And they seem to just listen to what the barbers are wanting or even looking for, or just trying new, different things. So I definitely respect them for that. But I definitely love the look of these. These do look like the sabers. I will be talking about that in my next video. They're a little bit smaller. I will show a comparison video on both of these. But before I do that, I'm gonna talk about these grooves right here. They do have grooves on both of the clipper and trimmer, same exact grooves. These two are basically like almost the same in height, which is crazy, you know, because I have huge hands. I actually like a clipper that has a little bit length to it. So I was not sure how well I would like these, but I have been cutting them and surprisingly they've been okay. Like for real, like I haven't got annoyed with them being small because it just fits in my hand like perfect and it's so light. So it's like, I don't know. I found myself cutting faster with these. But anyway, the design is dope. I love the vapor blade that we got. I'll talk about the blades later. You get the gold click lever on the clipper. You got the gold power button. That is very dope. And you got Instinct right around where the power button is at the bottom. Not gonna talk too much about the charging because you got it at the bottom and of course you have it in the back. But you know, you got the click levers. Click levers are dope. You know, they just basically kept it nice and cool. Now, I do love this. I think they did the same thing with the sabers, is that this is not a glossy blue, but it's a shiny blue, but it's not affected by the light. That I need that because I don't like the metallic look. So these are, I love the blue. I had the red for a while. I did do a haircut with them, but I did switch it out to the blue. Not sure if I'm gonna go all black. You know, just the fact that we got options is very dope. But the all black one does not have the gold ring. I'll show you that. But it is dope. It is like an all black clipper. So that's cool about it. So in the next section, we're gonna talk about blades. And when it comes to the clipper, this vapor blade, it does come with the, I believe the Rebels and the Apex, the Sabers. I believe they come with the vapor blade, which used to be the Fusion blade. So this blade is still dope. It's still the best blade out to me. And I love this cutting blade. That cutting blade, that 1-2 piece, like when it comes to fading, these things can definitely fade very, very well. But I will be talking about the performance just a little bit. Yeah, but with this blade and cutting blade, these two are great fading. This is a great fading setup. So shout out to Stylecraft to put this blade on it. I appreciate them. Now, when it comes to the trimmer, we have the Black X Pro blade. This is a dope blade. It is nice. I did notice that it does not have the same cutting blade as the Sabers. That's the only difference I noticed with this setup, is that they do not have the same cutting blade as the Sabers, which I really love the Sabers cutting blade. Nothing wrong with this cutting blade, especially with the extra horsepower that it has. So we're definitely going to show you, I'm definitely going to show you how well they cut as well. So that brings us to the performance. So we're going to talk about how well does this thing cut and how well do these things slice, like for real. Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters, right? These are really dope looking, whatever like that. They do fit well in my hand, surprisingly. But let's just see how well they cut. I have a few videos I'm gonna show y'all how well they cut in all different textures of hair. Now, I had to do all different textures of hair. I had to wait until I got a few different textures due to the fact that I wanted to make sure that this thing can cut through anything and everything. And to tell y'all the honest truth, that this being so small, I was kind of surprised at the power that it has and how well that it cuts all textures of hair. I did not have not one problem, not one snag. Even if somebody has like 4C hair, like tight curls, like I'm not gonna say it's gonna completely slice through. If the hair is not combed and picked out, you might have a little bit of problem, but it's combed and picked out, it's going right through it. And that's what I realized about these, that these things, with this new motor, new vector motor, they will rev up and they will cut that bulk. And for all of that be packaged in this, I'm curious if they're gonna come out with like a big brother version of this. I'm curious, just like how the Rebels Apex, you know how the Rebels were, then they had the Apex Sabers and the Mythics. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a big brother of these. Now, when it comes to the performance of the trimmer to me, it cuts very well. Didn't have no problems with balding or anything of that nature. I don't have mine 100%. zero gap. The fact is, because I have the sabers to finish the stuff up, but I kept it basically as is, and they got close. They got really close, and I'm kind of surprised that they did. And I'm not sure if I'm going to zero gap these. I think I'm gonna keep them right where they're at, because I cut all different types of hair, kids, older people, everybody, you know what I mean? Crazy front lines, whatever. These things will still make a line. And I was kind of surprised that it wasn't always zero gap, but it did a good job on lineups. And debulking, not a problem. Even though I like debulking with my clippers more, if you're going to use your trimmers, this is not a bad trimmer to debulk with. Now, another thing I will talk about when it comes to somewhat of the performance, because I think it does have, I think it is a part of the performance, is the fact that these things are a little bit loud, just to be honest with you. So I'm gonna turn them on. They're just a little bit loud, not too loud, but I did realize that they are on the louder side when it comes to cutting hair. I can't say they're more louder than the Rebels, the Gold Magic clips, or anything of that nature, but they just have a little bit of noise, you know, a little bit of noise to them. So just want to let y'all know that they do have a little bit of sound to them. And also, I'm going to show y'all how, I told you how like they're like basically the same size. I'm going to show y'all a comparison of how they look compared to all the trimmers. I'll show you what all the other trimmers look like compared to this. I'm gonna show you the Andis ones, the Babyless ones, and the Sabers. And I'm gonna show you all of them compared to this and how small this thing looks. And also with the clipper, I'm gonna show you a few clippers right beside this. And you're gonna see, if you put these right next to the Sabers, you're gonna see how small these things are. But surprisingly, I'm not even lying to y'all, for real, when I put them in my hand, just the two grooves, it just fits well ergonomically in my hand. And here's something that is very surprising. The fact that it is so short, you will never have a problem. Like when you're detailing, you need to hurry up and click up or down or whatever like that. You're gonna find yourself doing that a lot easier and faster. Watch, I guarantee you, if you get these, you're gonna find yourself never having a problem with the click lever. You can use it in the front, or you know, you use your finger that's, you know, behind it. So I had no problem doing that. And I did not adjust this, I just left that as is. So there's something else I want to talk about that has to do with performance just a little bit more as well, is that I've noticed that they can heat up. They have a strong motor, and there's a lot of power in this in these clippers and trimmers. So the blade will heat up depending how long you're going to be using it. I found out a method, if I just use this for a certain period of time in the beginning, this blade will never heat up. This blade heats up just a little bit more and quicker. However, I'm curious if I put the blades that they call the one, I wonder if I switch it out, will it change the heat resistance? I'm gonna do a video on that and I'll let y'all guys know if it does. But for right now, they do heat up a little bit. But I did get through a whole haircut, all of them. I got through all of them, all my haircuts with them. But it wasn't too hot to the point that my clients were uncomfortable. So that's another thing to think about. I could see if they were hot to the point like the kids were jumping back saying, "Out, this was hot," or even the adults. But nobody has done that, so they do heat up, but it did not affect my cutting, nor did it leave anybody feeling like irritated of it being too hot. So for the last part, y'all, we're gonna talk about my Concise review. Is this something that's gonna stay on the station or not? And I think y'all probably know by now, these bad boys are gonna stay on the station. And to be honest, I realized that my fades come out better with these. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just like I'm just hyped to use them. I don't know what it is, but it seems like my fades come out better with these. I just love how they cut. And y'all gonna see once you pick them up, if you do pick them up, how well they cut. They are on the small end, just to be honest with you, but they do cut well. So for me, it's gonna be staying on my station. And if you guys would like to get one of these when they come out, make sure that you use my discount code Concise10, and that will save you a little bit of money, especially like the shipping costs, hopefully. And what I'm thinking about doing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it just yet, and I'll probably leave a post, so make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram. But for the first 5 people that uses my discount code, when these come out, I will send you the one blade setup that's on the saver for these. I might do that, I might not. You'll know if I post it or not, but I think I might do it. I don't know, we'll see. That's my review on this, y'all. Make sure y'all check out the haircut tutorials I'm gonna have on all of these. I am gonna be talking about some tips when it comes to these as well. So thank y'all for watching this. Please make sure you subscribe. Let's get going, y'all. We're close to 5K. Let's hit that 5K mark, because I can't wait for the 5K giveaway. These might be included. I don't know what's gonna be included. We'll see. So I'll see you on the next one. Be blessed.